Alright guys, so we're back on to videos again. So today what we're going to be looking at is it's going to be somewhat of a review. We're looking at solving division word problems with remainders. So part of what I'm going to be doing today is going to not only be solving it, but showing you how to illustrate your thinking and just ways to kind of process the information. So let's just start with something really simple without a remainder. Let's say that I had something like I've got 12 kids. And I need to, they're all in a PE class, and I need to divide them between 4 teams. So if I wanted to, sorry, let me just write this up there for you. So if I wanted to draw a picture of that, what I would do is, well, first off, I need to have my 12 kids. So there's 12. And so there's 4 teams. So really I'm just looking at this. And so we would always solve this as, okay, well 12 divided by 4. And we'd see, okay, well there's 3. Or I could say there's 3, 2, 3, 4. So really what we're looking at when we draw this picture is, okay, we had 12 kids. That's this part right here with all of those. We're dividing them into 4 teams. So the circle is our 4 teams. So we're dividing by 4 teams. So this is 12 kids. This is 4 teams. And so what I want to start looking at is, what does that 3 actually represent? So this 3 is telling me, it's not telling me how many teams I have, it's telling me how many kids have to be in each team. So what we're going to kind of be looking at now is just kind of how word problems work and what we're going to do with that remainder. Part of what we need to start thinking about is all of these numbers represent something and making sure that we understand what they are. Even those remainders, it's not just a remainder of 1, it's making sure we get what the remainders are. So looking at this one, there are 19 identical socks. How many pairs of socks are there? Will there be any socks without a match? If so, how many? So once again, we're looking at 19, and so think about this. Okay, a pair of socks. How many is in a pair of socks? That's going to be 2. So really, even though it says only a pair, we're realizing that we have to divide by 2. So, oops, sorry about that. 19 divided by 2. And if we wanted to draw our pictures, I'm going to go in columns of 5. There's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing except for 5 is just a nice easy number. And then that last column is only going to have 4. So I got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 divided by 2, of course, that's got to pop up. 19, and I'm putting them, so that 19 is how many socks I have. I'm dividing by 2 socks per pair. So my answer is going to tell me what? My answer is going to tell me how many actual socks I have, or how many pairs of socks I have. So what's the remainder going to tell me? The remainder is going to actually let me know how many socks I have without a match. So if I have any remainder, I know that I've got socks without a match. So I could do my circles and just go ahead and go, okay, well there's 1 pair, there's 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 7 pairs, 8 pairs, 9 pairs. But then I've got that 1 sock that's left over. So really, when we do this, we go 2 goes into 19 9 times, just like how we have our 9 circles there. 2 times 9 is 18. And if we count here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So when I subtract, what am I left with? I'm left with that 1. So remember, that remainder of 1, that doesn't just mean remainder of 1. That means that I have 1 sock without any match. Okay, we're going to keep going on this one. We're going to try and do 2 more of these. Okay, if it takes 8 inches of ribbon to make a bow, so first part, I like to go ahead and just highlight key information. It just makes it so I don't have to. 8 inches to make a bow. How many bows could be made with 3 feet of ribbon? Will there be any left over? If so, how much? Well, the first thing that I'm starting to realize with this one is that I've got inches and I've got feet. So I know that I've got 3 feet total, and I'm going to try and cut this 3 feet into chunks. So this time, just to make it a little bit different, I'm going to go with a bar. And if I had that bar, and I were going to cut this into 3 equal pieces, there would be about 1, and my bars aren't going to be perfectly sliced, so I'm just I'm guesstimating here. Okay, so I've got 3 equal pieces, so there's my 3 feet right here. So if it's telling me here 1 foot is 12 inches, so if this is 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, so this is 1 foot equals 12 inches, 1 foot equals 12 inches, and remember IN is the abbreviation for inches, and then 1 foot equals 12 inches. Really what it's saying is I've got 12, 24, 36. So this is going to equal 36 inches. So now that I know I've got 1 foot or 3 feet equals 36 inches, now I've got to go back to this. I've got 8 inches of ribbon to make a bow. So, and then it's also asking me what's that other piece that I need to make sure that I'm paying attention to is making sure I'm looking at, will there be any ribbon left over? If so, how much? So I'm going to say, okay, well, I need to make this into 8-inch pieces. So I could go ahead and go, okay, well, there's 12, so I could cut this into 12 pieces, and I can go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There would be 1 piece. And then let me do this one too. And my inches aren't perfect, but you guys are getting the idea, I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think my math is off somewhere. And then it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces left over. All right, so let's see if I did this right. Looking at it this way, I had 36 inches and I was dividing by 8. So I could have also, I did the bar this way. I could also go, okay, well, I could draw 36 circles. I'm going to do tally marks this time just because they're a little easier to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and I'm going to put 2 over here, 35, 36. Okay, so now I've got my 36, and so now I could just go ahead and circle these. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then over here, I've got 4 left over. So when we're doing our math here, we're seeing 36 divided by 8. And it went in there 8, 16, 24, 32, or 4 times 2, 3, 4. 8 times 4 was 32. And so when I was done, I had 4 here. So let's look at what do these numbers actually mean. So right now what we're seeing is 36 represent how many inches of ribbon I had to start with. 8 represented how many inches it took to make 1 ribbon. So this 4 right here is how many ribbons I made. And then this 4 right here, what does that stand for then? So that 4 is telling me, okay, well, I was able to make 4 full ribbons, and I have 4 inches of ribbon left over. So I couldn't even make a 5th ribbon. So it's not like it's just a remainder. It's saying I've got some extra ribbon. Okay, here's our last problem. I'm going to get us started with it, but I'm going to want you guys to finish this up on your own. We're going to talk about this in class, so make sure that you at least attempt it. If you're not sure, remind yourself to make sure you're putting questions down. The library has 27 chairs and 5 tables. If the same number of chairs is placed at each table, how many chairs will be placed at each table? Will there be any extra chairs? If so, how many? So now we're doing the exact same thing. Okay, we can do it with tallies. We could do it with a bar. I'm going to go ahead and do it both ways again, just because there's some, I myself find it easier to do the bars. Some people find it easier to do circles or tallies. So this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, well, this will be, let me just switch over to pen. So it'll be 2, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be 27. And the reason I did it like this was that I had 27. So I just put this into 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. And actually, as I drew this, I realized that I kind of solved it already with my picture, but we'll go ahead and do it anyways. So the library has 27 chairs, so that's what this 27 represents. And I have 5 tables. So what I need to know is, okay, if I have 27 and I'm dividing it by 5 tables, that answer is going to tell me how many chairs go to each table. So 27 divided by 5 is 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. And then I've got a remainder of 2. So what are these numbers telling me? These numbers are telling me that I had 27 chairs, I had 5 tables. This 5, what is it telling me? It's telling me, okay, well, I've got 5 chairs per table. And then the big one is, what does that 2 represent? The 2 here is representing, okay, well, I've got these 2 extra chairs. These are the ones that'll end up in the corner of your room. They're not at any of the tables. So you could also do this using tally marks. Actually, since I did kind of already solve this for you, that's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to show me how you could do this without the bar, maybe with using tally marks or circles, just to kind of keep track of where you're putting things. We're going to go over this one, and I've got a couple more problems to do in class tomorrow. So I hope you guys do this, and make sure that you're putting down any questions and comments that you guys might have about this. Have a good day.